to this webinar by ETCIO. Today, modern enterprises strive for optimal performance and efficiency, and hybrid cloud setups introduce unique challenges in observability. That makes it difficult to monitor and manage performance across diverse architectures. In this webinar, we will explore how effective observability can bridge these gaps, ensuring complete visibility across cloud and on-prem components. You will also discover how real-time insights facilitate data-driven decision-making and improve operational effectiveness. We will also address the challenges of digital transformation and demonstrate how observability can deliver optimal performance in today's IT landscape. Over the course of the discussion, you will get insights into reducing alert fatigue with AIOps, ML, and a tailored solution architecture. Also see how building a culture of operational excellence starts with prioritizing observability. I'm joined by an esteemed speaker, Nitin Chand, who's the head of solutions architect for Asia Pacific and Japan SolarWinds. Nitin comes with close to 2 decades of experience in IT infrastructure, specializing in automation and technical consulting. And he is an absolute expert in product development and managing all project phases. If you have any questions during Nitin's session or at the fireside chat, please leave your questions in the chat box, and we will address them to the best of our abilities at the end of the session.
Thank you. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Thanks for inviting me. Thank you, team, for joining. So my name is Nitin Chand, as Vaishnavi has mentioned. Today, I'm going to talk about an end-to-end observability provided by SolarWinds. Now, what this particular session is, you can expect what SolarWinds can do, what is a SolarWinds all about, what we are doing, how we are progressing, and where we can fit into your journey, whether it is an on-premises, whether it is kind of an SaaS-based, you are planning to do a kind of a migration, or you are already into a journey of a kind of a transformation where we can fit in. How long will it take? So that's the question everybody is asking nowadays. How will it take? I do have I do have an APM, I have a network tool, I have a server tool, but why I am unable to tell how will it take, how long will it take to resolve my problem? The problem is we have so comfortable with our own zone that we have bought so many tools for a siloed kind of a monitoring. I have a network monitoring tool which is running in a siloed. I have a server, I have an APM, but at the during the outage, it actually bombarded with the all of the alerts, and I really do not have a root cause kind of a thing which I can go on and fix it, and that's makes a real problem. Everybody is kind of doing a finger pointing. Oh, that's a database problem. That's a network problem. Or that's probably an application related problem. But who's going to resolve? Is that problem related to technology, or is that related to the people who are there on ground? I really don't know. So that's the problem, what we are going to discuss. Now with this, I mean, one of the chat which came to my mind, I was doing a presentation in Malaysia, and two of the gentlemen was sitting, one from the procurement and one from HR, and they came to me and they say, you know what, you are actually resolving an HR problem. I said, why? How I am resolving an HR problem? We are an IT organization, and how I am resolving an HR problem? Said, when this outage comes in, there is a people problem comes in, or finger pointing comes in, and that makes the designing, it's a pathetic organization. Nobody is working. And that's how, if you are able to correlate, if you're able to provide me a one single pane of a glass, a one single alert, that's makes more sense to me. The same thing happens to the procurement guy as well. What he said, I need to break my head in order to manage multiple different vendors. Now, if SolarWinds is claiming to have a one single pane of a glass, providing an end-to-end kind of a visibility, I have one vendor to work with, and that is much more easier for me. And that is basically all. It depends. It depends on where the problem lies, where the root cause lies. And this is what we are hearing from our customers day in, day out. Oh, I do have too many tools, but I really don't know where to focus. The technology is growing so fast, my tool is unable to monitor all of those. I do have a lot of tools, but the automation is a problem. I really don't know how to do an automation, or I want to do an automation, but my tool does not support. I am missing my SLAs, and that SLAs and SLOs, and that's how I am getting penalized by my customer. So these are few of the pain points which we are hearing day in day out about all of these problems. Now, with these kind of a complexities, we have actually adopted these complexities and make a comfortable zone. Like, let's have an observability tool. Perfectly fine. Every department is purchasing their own set of tools. What they are actually doing, they're actually creating a siloed kind of a thing. There is no kind of a one single pane of a glass. Or let's do an outsource. Let's completely outsource our IT organization, our IT world, and that it will become the problem of my SI now. Or let's have a more budget. Let's probably get an APM solution, or let's get a network monitoring solution, or let's get an DevOps kind of a solution, and let's achieve a digital transformation or observability. So these kind of complexities we are actually being becoming a kind of a comfortable. Now, how SolarWinds will help with all of these? I'll just take a step back and give you a kind of a view. Now, we are 25 years old organization, started with the network monitoring. Many people think we are just the network monitoring organization, which we are not. In these past years, we have acquired lot many companies. Now, what we have done is we have consolidated all of these technologies and tools and made a kind of a platform. So we do have a end-to-end kind of a visibility starting from network monitoring, where we are already pioneered. Apart from network monitoring, we do have an infrastructure monitoring. We can do a database. Within the database, we can do the performance related of the database, or in case you want to do go beyond a kind of an alerting and want to see how my deadlocks are going on, how to do a fine tuning, we can provide that kind of a solution as well. Now, with this, we have a APM as well. If you want to do an APM kind of a solution, a digital experience, that is in our portfolio, layered with a service management. Again, we do have a service management solution as well, which is kind of an end-to-end, providing an end-to-end of your all ITL processes, workflow automations. It provides your complete CMDB, HAM, SAM, ITAM, everything. And again, within this 25 years of experience, we have a strong base of 300,000 customers over there, and we are almost there in every Fortune 500 company. So this is a little background I was just want to touch upon, just to give you who we are and what we can now as part of the our approach. So this is what we have designed as part of our platform. So if you see on a left hand side, there are typical our infrastructures, a typical our workloads, whether the workloads are in an application form or in a database, in a network, or these applications running in a Kubernetes or running in a public cloud or a private cloud, where we have a mesh kind of a network, which is again divided into the networks or the clouds. How those are getting connected is a kind of a complex environment nowadays. So what we are doing, we are ingesting all these in the form of the metrics, logs, traces, ingested in our SolarWinds platform. And then what we are providing is a meaningful kind of a result, which makes sense to your operations, to your IT team, and to your leadership as well. So this is in the form of a visualization. So we can provide you a dashboards like a CXO dashboards. We can provide you an intelligent alerts. We can provide you a one correlated kind of an alert, which you can convert it into an incident ticket, and then work upon that. Incident response times are also there, and these are our value propositions. So which actually reduces your overall cost, which is the capex and opex cost. You can do lot of automations and move from your capex and opex towards a zero ops kind of a model as well. So this is all is what is there in our approach. Now, everybody's kind of a pain and everybody's kind of an environment. Now, this piece is, if you able to see my screen over here. Now, this screen is typically what I was just talking about. So I have bought too many tools based on my requirement or my comfort. So I have SolarWinds, I have tool from CA, I am monitoring my storage from the native tools, which is again free of cost. Why should I pay for storage monitoring when storage provider is providing me a native solution? Similarly, goes for the backups and all those things. We have bought everything. Everything is good enough to monitor their own kind of a devices. But when an outage happens, do we know how to correlate that, and do we know how to pinpoint and resolve that particular problem? So just an example, I have an outage on my storage, and that storage is getting connected to 100 of servers. You will get 101 alert. Where will I do a correlation? Where should I put my all effort? Doing that, you are introducing a manager of manager. Now it could be from any of the vendor. It could be a Splunk, it could be a MookSoft, it could be any other tool, or probably your in-house tool. So you are introducing a separate layer to do all these correlations. Once this correlation is done, I need an ITSM solution, very well known. Everybody is going behind a ServiceNow. So I am buying a ServiceNow ITSM to do my incident ticketing, to do my CMDB, and then probably doing a notifications as well. Then the next comes in the dashboards, right? All I need is again a configuration management. If I am interested in an automation, I need a separate orchestration or an automation layer as well, a runbook automation layer, which will do the ease to resolve the problem. So it could be an extra thing as well. Now, why I am explaining all of this is because of multiple different tools, multiple problems are coming. The different tools, you need a different skill sets. Different skill sets means, again, you are in on a verge of, I am leaving the job, and you need to hire another person. Or different tools means you need to add up too many cost over there in order to maintain all of this. How SolarWinds will able to help you? Let's talk about that. So if you see this next slide, there is a difference. Now, all these orange parts, which was kind of segregated into the different tools, you can able to see that everything is now related to SolarWinds. So we can pretty much monitor your all the monitoring layer, which is at the bottom, which is at the bottom layer. Now, I want to monitor my applications, or I want to monitor my database, or I am in a cloud journey or a digital transformation. I want to monitor my complete cloud as well. We can monitor that as well. Now with the SolarWinds, and this is the newly thing what we have recently introduced, event management layer. Now with this event management layer, I need not to look up on any third-party tool in order to do the correlation. Now that correlation could be the alerts generated within the SolarWinds, or it could be your existing investment as well. So example, you are already invested in one of the APM solution. However, you want to rip and replace all other infrastructure solution with the SolarWinds. But the question is, will you be able to do a correlation and provide me a one root cause alert? Yes, I will be able to do that. And that's how this event management layer comes in. So it actually integrates, it actually takes the data within the SolarWinds, it takes the metrics, events, logs from the other domain managers as well, and do the AIOps based domain correlations as well, including the predictive. Now, gone by the days where you want set threshold. So everybody wants a predictive kind of a thing. When I want to know when the outage or when the problem is going to occur, I want to know in advance. So that's how that this predictive works within the SolarWinds. Again, we do have dashboards. Again, those dashboards are fully customizable. You can have a CXO dashboard, you can have an admin dashboard, you can have your SRE or an operator level of a kind of a dashboard where you can log in and see your own kind of a assets, your own kind of a dashboards. Now, as I've already talked about on SolarWinds Service Management, we do have a SolarWinds Service Management as well, which will kind of tightly integrated with the whole solution, gives you again intelligent alert and workflow automations over there. It also populates all the CMDB related data, all your asset related data, and then give you all the ITSM related reports. The last thing on this is related to the runbook automation. which is again part of our suite itself. Unfortunately, it is showing as blue, but yes, it is part of there, and it is a strong 300,000, 3,000 run books what we are right now bringing in. So irrespective whether you want an automation at the application layer or you want the automation at your network layer or probably on the server layer, the idea is to provide you out of the box automation. Again, depending upon your environment, you might need to tweak that. So that is again a possibility. So this brings an end-to-end kind of a visibility, how SolarWind can fit into your environment wherever you are. If you want to leverage your existing environment, you can do that. Wherever, which part you want to explore, you want to change, you can do that as well. We can fit in every environment. Now, moving on to the next, I just wanted to touch upon on different platforms what we have. Earlier, what we were using is a siloed kind of a approach, a point solution kind of a approach, which is still there for our SMB customers. However, customers like enterprise customer, these are two kind of a platforms what we have. So if you say it's an kind of a on-premises or a self-hosted kind of a environment or a platform which offers an end-to-end kind of a visibility. And I'll go through this in a minute. However, if you are looking for a SaaS kind of a platform, then we do have a SaaS solution as well. Now, let's drill down into these platforms providing. So anything related to network fault and performance monitoring, whether these are traditional network devices or these are an SD-WANs or any other device, we can monitor that as well. It also provides you end-to-end kind of a net flow. So you have a link between two sites, a 10 Mbps link. Now, there are two ways to monitor that. One way is just to say, oh, it is 80% utilized. The another way is I want to really know what is going on in that 80%, which all applications are flowing, or who all our users are there who are using that 80% of the utilization. And that's where the net flow comes in, which this platform provides. The main problem, what I usually hear from our customers is, I really want to management. I want to take the backup. I want to do an automation on my configuration. If anything happens, I want to kick in the another configuration, which is very much possible with the SolarWinds platform. So in a typical environment, if you want to take a backup of your network devices, you want to push the configuration onto the network devices, maybe it is a one device or more than of a one device, you can pretty much do that. I want to do the compliances. I have 10,000 of the devices in my environment. How will I do the compliance? How will I ensure that all my devices are really compliant? So these compliances can also very well being built in, and there are many of these are out of the box available as well, like the HIPAA or the PCI kind of a compliances. I want to really do the comparison of my configuration. So this comparison could be just within the two within the same device, or it could be the different devices as well. So, I mean, it's a kind of an end-to-end configuration management, what we offer. Now, it also offers in case you are having a voice environment, maybe a small or a medium or a large kind of a voice environment with respect to the Cisco and Avaya. We can able to provide you an end-to-end visibility on those calls related as well, how your call quality goes on, how the call path is going on, whether you want to monitor an IPSLA operations. So we provide an end-to-end visibility over there as well. So that's on the voice side of the world. The next is about an infoblox solution. So infoblox or a kind of a DDI kind of a solution, which we can also offer. So you have the environment where you have a multiple subnets. I really don't know which all IPs are free. I want to utilize that, or I want to reserve that, or I want to do DNS scopes or DHCP scopes. All of these DDI kind of a thing are again possible. Now, these are till now what I've just explained is more or less primarily goes on the network side of it. Whereas when it comes to the server, we have a strong portfolio on a server side of the monitoring as well. Example, you have a one server. Now, it could be a plain vanilla server where you want to monitor a CPU, disk, memory, services, processes, or you want to monitor the events on that particular server. it is possible we can monitor that as well. Now on the same server, let's say you have the database running. The database could be a Microsoft SQL, it could be an Oracle, it could be a DB2. We can monitor that as well. Or you have a middleware running, IIS, Apache, Tomcat. We can monitor that as well. Or it may be possible that you have infra applications running. Infra applications could be AD, Exchange, Citrix, and these are just the examples. There is a long list which we can do. We can monitor that. Or you have your own homegrown kind of an application as well, which you want to monitor. So these are all we can do from the server side of it, apart from the virtualization. So when it comes to the virtualization, people are really concerned about how my clusters are going on, how my data stores are going on. So we can do an end-to-end monitoring for your Nutanix, VMware, and Hyper-V. So it goes an end-to-end kind of a thing, how my data stores are going on, how my clusters are going on, the VMs which are running on those, how those are pretty much going on. Also, the capacity related thing. When my capacity is going to be full, that is what my main requirement is. So this is a kind of an end-to-end kind of a package. The other good thing about this platform is, like the configuration management for network, we can provide you the compliances for server side of the world as well. Again, an example of you have a bunch of servers over there. Example of 5,000 servers are there. Now, how will you ensure that all of your servers are all patched up? You are not missing any of a security patch, or you really want to know when where your SQL files are kind of changed. So all these compliances, depending upon your organization policies, you can define that, and depending upon that, it will start alerting. Now, what this platform also offers, a tight integration with the ITSM layer. One of the ITSM or the service management is with SolarWinds. We have just talked about the SolarWinds Service Desk. The another integration is with the ServiceNow. So with the ServiceNow, which is again on the majority of the customers are adopting, we have an out-of-the-box integration available. So you can have alert to ticket creation over there. Now, the last part on this platform is on the logs. Now, the logs could be coming from anywhere. It could be just on the network side of the world as part of the SNMP traps or the syslog, or it could be coming from your server side of the world. We can ingest it, and then there are many actions you can do it. The actions could be, I just wanted to do an analysis, so I want all my alerts to be stale on the console. That's one of the action. Or I want my converted into some tagging. So there are a bunch of unauthorized alert. Out of 10,000 of logs, I just want to highlight those. So that is my another action. Or I really want to take an action whenever an unauthorized log comes in, I want to convert it into an incident ticket. So these are few of the actions. Again, there are many other which you can do, which is very much possible. So this is an end-to-end kind of a observability or end-to-end kind of a platform which you can offer. Now, the flexibility is, if you want to deploy it on premises, like our banking customer wants an on-premises deployment, they can use that. Or if you are in a cloud journey and you want to deploy it in any of your hyperscalers like AWS or Azure, you can do that as well, or probably on your private cloud as well. Or if you want architecture, maybe in kind of a hybrid architecture where you want the things to be deployed on cloud, you want the things to be deployed on premises, you can do that as well. So this end-to-end kind of a thing is available as part of our platform. We are calling it as HCO, hybrid cloud observability, or you can call it as an on-premises self-hosted kind of a platform. Now, apart from this, we also have a SaaS-based kind of a solution. Now, many of our customer really want to go on a SaaS and have a different requirement. Now, this SaaS is having different persona. So if you are on a cloud journey, if you are really want to monitor your applications, deep dive applications, the traces, this is the solution for you. So it's a build basically it provides you a visibility from top to down, how my applications are behaving. how my experience on applications are there, how the users are uh, seeing my overall applications, and then goes into the infrastructure layer. So if I just touch upon on this little bit, so anything related to a URL monitoring or a response time, or you want to see that your application, how your application is available from different part of the world, or maybe a Mac user is probably facing some challenges or a slowness getting this perfectly fine. So this will be basically a data for your application developer why a Mac user is facing a challenges or a slowness. So that we are calling it as a RAM, real user monitoring. That is also part of the bundle, which is a digital experience. The other thing could be a synthetic transaction monitoring. I want to ensure that my ICICIbank.com or any bank site or any e-commerce site is available end to end. There is no slowness, there is no unavailability of the pages. How will you ensure that? So that's where the synthetic transaction comes in. Or if I am a user on a big billion day on an Amazon, I am facing slowness. How Amazon will going to react on this? So basically, it is APM where you really want to go deep inside and want to know where is the problem. The problem could be at the infrastructure where my application is hosted, the utilization is probably high, or its slowness is because of my database query is taking too much of a time and hence user is getting a slow response. How will I detect all of this? Or probably there is a fault in my code. How will I detect all of this? So the APM is able to provide you this end-to-end kind of a visibility on the application. So that's how this platform supports APM and the digital experience. Now, apart from the APM and the digital experience, the customers who are in their cloud journey, the digital transformation journey, and they want to monitor their cloud. Now, on the cloud, it could be an AWS, it could be an Azure, it could be a GCP. I really want to monitor my EC2 machines, my VMs which are hosted, or I want to monitor the different services on the AWS or Azure. So the services could be I want to monitor my S3 bucket, I want to monitor my ALBs, I want to monitor my NLBs. So different services provide you an end-to-end visibility. Now, many customers have asked, I already have CloudWatch. Why should I buy SolarWinds? But apart from CloudWatch, I also have an Azure monitor. So with the Azure monitor and a CloudWatch, will you be able to correlate your alerts? Will you be have a single pane of a glass? No, that is not possible. With SolarWinds, since we are providing a multi-vendor kind of a platform, we can bring all these cloud together, provide you all the metrics on a one single pane of a glass, do the correlation, and provide you one single kind of an alert. That's where the value comes in, and that's how the adaptability of SolarWind is going on. Now, apart from cloud, in case you have your environment on a Kubernetes, then we can monitor a Kubernetes as well. So all your pods, Kubernetes end to end, we can monitor that as well. Now, if you are on a lighter on an infrastructure, heavy on an APM, but you really want to monitor your infrastructure as well, will you be buying an on-premises model, or how will you go? So with that mindset, what we have done, we have included the infrastructure monitoring within the cloud as well. So if you want to monitor your network from a fault and performance monitoring, from the network perspective, from the configuration management, you can do that. Similarly, in case you have servers, now servers could be a physical server, server could be a VM running as part of your data center, or a server could be again as part of your cloud. We can monitor that. And again, the same thing, anything which is running on top of that server, we can monitor that, including the virtualization. So that's on the infrastructure in case you are opting for the SaaS. Now, we do have a database offering as well, and it is little different apart from a usual database monitoring, and I'll explain how it is. So basically, there are two things. One, I want to monitor fault and performance monitoring for my different metrics on my database. That's one view to look at. The another view is I really want to know why there is a deadlock in my database, or why there is a slowness in my database, or why the fragmentation is not going on. I really want to do a fine tuning of my database. That's where the database analytics comes into the picture. And if you see this part, this provides you the database analytics. And it provides you again an end-to-end visibility on the database, why those things are going on. If you want to do a fine tune of those, you can do that. The last on this piece is the logs. Again, the logs could be any from coming from anywhere. Now with the SaaS platform, we can ingest logs from your clouds as well. We can ingest directly from the S3 buckets as well, so that it can give you a consolidated view, and then you can create a different dashboards. Alerts can be created. This platform also provides a many integrations. Like I want to integrate with the Slack, I want to integrate with the Teams, or I have a different solution. So I want an webhook kind of an integration. So those things are all possible. Since this is a kind of a ground up platform, what we have also included all the latest and the greatest technologies. So if your device or there is a requirement to do an OTL based, an open telemetry based kind of an integration, data ingestion, we can do that as well. So this platform supports all of these details end to end. Now, apart from these two platforms, there are few of other point solutions as well. Uh, SSD, service desk, we have already discussed about. There is a solution called a storage solution, which complements with our on-premises. So in case you want an end-to-end kind of a solution from your network to the servers to the virtualization to the storage, then you can opt for storage as well, and it will kind of a bundle and gives you an end-to-end kind of a visibility. So that's where we provide two platforms as of today. Those are pretty flexible kind of a platform. In case anybody wants a more discussion on this, a demo, all this, just reach back to us and we can discuss more on this. So this basically talks about whatever I have just now discussed. Uh, a little bit on the architecture side, how things actually works. So you have this infrastructure over there. All the alerts are getting ingested. Now, if you remember what I've mentioned, so in case you want to leverage your investment, those third parties can also ingest the data over there. Uh, the correlation will happen, and it will provide you a one single kind of a root cause alert, which will get converted into a incident ticket. Now incident ticket could be from SolarWind, incident ticket could be from ServiceNow, incident ticket could be any other ITSM tool that can be integrated. Once this is done, then I want to do an automation. I really do not want my team to look at it, and I want my automation to kick in. So SolarWind Orchestrator will kick in that automation, and it will resolve that on the underground, your infrastructure layer, and that's how the alert will be closed. So this is a closed loop kind of an architecture. Again, we can have a separate session in case more details are required. Just wanted to show you how these things works into a real scenario. And till now, whatever I have discussed is this end to end. Now, there's no, demo of what we are showing today, but this is one of the snapshot from our demo, which actually provides you an end-to-end kind of a visibility. So if you see this left-hand side, this is Azure, where my SharePoint is hosted. However, this right-hand side, white canvas, is my infrastructure. And this infrastructure, uh, this is my SQL Server. This portion is my network devices, how these are getting integrated, how the data flow is there, how I can provide you a one single pane of a glass, a visibility. You can do a drill down from the SQL Server as well. Right now, I'm seeing there is a problem going on in a SQL Server, so it can be drilled down. So this is how we can provide you an end-to-end kind of a visibility. All right. So there are few poll questions which are there. Let's have poll questions and let's see how those results will come in. Can we have the poll questions, please? Okay. Where are your workloads today? All on-prem, majority on-premises, majority are cloud, or all cloud? It's a neck to neck kind of a thing. 29% says majority on-prem, 19% says it's all on-prem. Again, 29% says it's on kind of a cloud. So why we are asking about this? Because I have seen a kind of a trend in many of my sessions that majority of organizations are still on cloud. They are not migrated. They are majority on the on-premises. They are not migrated onto cloud, or they are probably in a journey towards the cloud. But again, irrespective wherever you are right now, whether it is an on-premises or in a transformation journey, we can help you over there. Okay, so that is from that perspective. Can we have the another question, please?
Let's have the next poll question, please.
How confident are you that your monitoring tool give you a visibility into hybrid IT environment? Very confident, somewhat confident, not sure. And this is again, I've started my slides that how confident are you in your monitoring tools where you have invested that you will be able to resolve your problem, you will be able to detect your problem, and it will be no penalties from your end customers. So let's see how this poll goes. So why this is somewhat confident, I'm again, if my assumption is correct, is just because of what I have mentioned. We do have too many tools. Uh,
Mhm.
Based on our own comfort, I have procured all those tools, but again, I am unable to do a correlation. I am unable to do a pinpoint kind of a thing, and then that blame game kind of a thing happened, and that's how this is because of somewhat kind of a confidence. So it is not giving you a confidence, even though you have done so much of investment in so many of tools. All right. How many monitoring and remediation tools does your organization use today? Less than a five, between 5 to 10, more than 10, or not sure?
This is where tool sprawl happens, isn't it, Nitin?
Yeah, exactly. So this is because of tool sprawl. Again, I have 5 tools. Everybody is doing their own job perfectly fine, no problem. But when the problem happens, I have too many things, too many alerts comes in. Where should I concentrate? Where should I focus? Where exactly the problem goes on? It's again a car, right? I have a car, but if my engineer can tell or my machine can tell, oh, there's a problem at your engine, whereas I'm searching something else. That's the kind of a root cause. All right, so it says less than of a 5 is 42 and not sure is 32%. Okay, so if you are less than of a 5 kind of a bucket, again, if you want to look on a solar events and really want to see the value chain, please let us know. Not sure is really concerning. You should know about how many tools are there in your environment. But again, okay, that's fine. 5 to 10 is 11%. Okay, all right, and 16% is more than a for 10. All right, so maybe just look at the solar winds, how we can help you in your overall tools consolidation journey. What is the top feature you are expecting from your observability tool? And that's the very good question. So out of whatever number of tools you have, what top feature are you expecting from an observability tool? Is it just the AI ops or the visibility of your workloads or accelerated remediation or probably an integration with the other tools?
All right. I think we can have the results for this.
All right, AI ops 18%, 35% says they want an accelerated remediation, which is the topmost, and the integration is 29%. All right, so more or less, the audience, what we have right now, they are looking a kind of a product which does an accelerated remediation, which is again, how soon I can resolve that ticket, which is more or less going on an automation. Again, an automation kicks in when I clearly know where the problem lies so that I can hit that problem. So it is all interrelated, but this is all fine. This is all great to know about the AI ops, visibility on the workloads, accelerated remediation, and integration. All right, thank you. Thanks for this. So what we have, Q&A.
So, Nitin, I'll take it from here.
So,
Thank you so much, Nitin. That was insightful. And the poll questions were really interesting to see what the audience expectations are. And basis on the same lines, I have a few questions of my own before we move to the audience questions. So Nitin, kindly join me for a quick chat. Now, system health visibility is an issue for the organizations. Now, how can businesses, organizations ensure that there's a constant system health visibility? And with this, how can they avoid disruptions or any sort of downtime?
Absolutely, and that's a good question. So from the start, I was just explaining about tool sprawl and everything. So you can do all of these things as based on the reactive, but nowadays everybody wants a kind of a proactive or a predictive kind of a thing. So if you have a predictive system in place, which can actually tells you that something is going to be disruptive, something going to be break. Again, going back to my example of a Amazon big billion kind of a day, I am expecting a 1 million kind of a hit coming from the users. However, it is 10 million. How should I scale that if I know in advance and my systems are so robust and can scale up? I can easily handle that kind of a load. So again, so my answer to your question is the system who can provide you a predictive kind of a thing, which can provide you a holistic end-to-end kind of a visibility. The customer should look at that particular tool.
Understood. Now, when it comes to early issue identification and resolution, right? And that's what the audience also said. They want immediate remediation. Everyone is looking for efficiency and to solve problems quickly. And this also leads to better customer experience and compliance. What approaches do you suggest tech leaders should use for this?
Absolutely right. So for the tech leaders, they should use a tool. They should select a tool which can provides them an visibility for all their different technologies. Now, the different technology could be a legacy one. A technology could be a new technology, which is just the coming one. So your tool should be a so adaptive and a robust, can able to monitor it and give you maybe a complete insightful information. So that is one thing. Another thing is, like I've mentioned in my slide, in case you want to stick with any of your tool, want to have uh, your investments kind of intact, you should use a tool which can get the data collected from the outside world as well, showcase you an end-to-end kind of a visibility. So that's the kind of a tool you should look for.
Noted, noted. Now, last question. How can enterprises use observability or AI ops for an efficient IT strategy? One that will boost performance, reduce downtime, and improve customer service and compliance as well.
Perfect. So again, it is main on the uh, kind of an experience and kind of how soon I can do that. So if for an application I am facing some challenges, how soon I can detect it, how soon I can rectify it. So that's where you can do go for an adoption of AI ops based kind of a thing. Then there are multiple other solutions also available, which you can collect it. You can get the data from all of those, and then see one single pane of a glass and do the automation as well. So idea
Mhm.
should you should move from your ops to zero ops so that
Mhm.
your overall expenditure will reduce and you can have a more robust kind of a system.
Noted, noted. Nitin, let's move to some of the audience questions. I think that would be a good place to start. Vivek has a question. Does SolarWind recommend a replacement solution, or can observability platforms sit on top of existing investments that are already being done by the organization?
Good question. So, Vivek, there are two ways to look at it. If you want to do a rip and replace, you can definitely go with that. But in case you want to have your investment intact, you can look for a top layer, which is a manager of manager, which can able to give you a one single pane of a glass root cause kind of a thing, which you can use. So you can it depending upon your business. If you want a complete rip and replace, you can do that as well. SolarWind offer that as well. In case you are just looking for a kind of a consolidation layer and the root cause kind of a thing, you can look for that kind of a solution as well.
All right.
We
So
offer both.
Kedar's perfect. So Vivek, there you have it. Kedar wants to know if we can do capacity planning for next 3 years prediction with the next 3 years prediction modeling.
Absolutely. So how our predictive forecasting or a capacity works. So based on your previous data, we provide you the forecasting, not limited to any number of days, weeks, or year. So depending upon your past trend, it actually shows you the forecasting data. Now that forecasting data could be the warning will be in a 1 week, or your system will be at max in, let's say, 5 years. So those kind of details are available, but it is not restricted that it is only by 1 year or by 1 month. So it is all flexible kind of a thing.
All right. Shaumitra has a question on pricing, but Shaumitra, the team will get back to you on that, and we'll ensure that the information reaches you on it. Shrimantan wants to know, what role does observability play in modernizing legacy systems during digital transformation journey? I think this is interesting because your audience is also a mix of enterprises who have some legacy, right? So
Yeah, absolutely. And this basically needs a granular discussion, because what we have seen when it comes to the legacy systems typically don't, allow many of the capture functionalities, like we are capturing data via logs, metrics, different OTLs, or the SNMPs, and then the different things. For legacy system, we need to just have a different kind of a discussions, where we can see what kind of a legacy systems are there, what kind of method they probably follow, and then we can do that kind of an integration, or provide you the visibility.
perfect. Perfect. I think that's it, Nitin, from from the audience's end. And with this, we come to the end of the discussion. Do you want to add any last points?
No, so I just wanted to add that this was a really quick session, but in case you want to go really deep dive, just do let us know. I hope you have our contact details. In case not, one of the marketing team will get back to you. So let us know how we can help you in your digital transformation journey, in your tools consolidation, in your overall monitoring experience, and from there we can go ahead.
Thank you so much, Nitin. With this, we come to the end of the discussion. Nitin, I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your schedule and sharing your insights with us. Thank you for the audience for your time, and the SolarWinds and ETCIO team for facilitating it.